It's lockdown in the UK. It's quiet down upwards hills. Pat the other day. You can still come out and do your exercise in the UK. So this is my place of choice. I love this place. It's come training there as a kid. The athletic club. Run up these hills. Not look much on the video, but trust me, after 10 of those, a few sets of them, you feel it. Plenty of people walking their dogs still, but it's a bit early maybe. I think it's just about 10 o'clock in the morning. So, if you don't need to be up, hey? Get yourself out of bed. That's my problem, getting out of bed sometimes. I found this thing, like, if you do like, if you can't get out of bed, you do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you just get up. That works. Don't like alarm clocks though. I like to wake up naturally. Don't like people waking me up in the middle of the night either. Banging doors and stuff. Who does though? Yeah, so get your sleep. Hello, doggy. Hello, how you doing? You're exploring your own wild, fluffy dog. Anyway, I'll see you in a minute. It's January. I'm doing dry January. I decided to start it a bit early. Well, the app decided to start it a bit early, but once you start getting that winning streak on that app, you start going, yeah, don't lose that winning streak. To give it a go, it's called Dry. Don't have to do it in January. We've got other challenges, but I thought I'd give it a go. 47, 48 in July, so drinking's alright, but it's a bit of a kid's game if you're going to drink all the time, if I'm totally honest. I can't handle the hangovers anymore. But anyway, 3 days. And don't even get started on tequila, my God. I feel like I'm going to die. I haven't drunk that in ages. But yeah, see if you can do it. Try dry January, day by day. That is the same, step by step, bit by bit. That's how you achieve stuff. People say, I say to people, can you jump to the moon? And they go, no, but if you started walking now, would you get there eventually? Well, of course the answer is no, but you get the point, I think. Was it Confucius that said, or Buddha, one of them, it doesn't matter how fast you go as long as you don't stop. So even if you can get out in into the trees for 20 minutes a week, that is going to have an antidepressant, anti-anxiety effect on your system. That's what the scientists are saying. That I've seen that on a few things now. But you know, if you go out in the cars, you know, if you go out in the fresh air, you feel better. Well, I do, and if you don't, well, oh well. So much wrong with you, isn't there? And if you go out where there's trees, obviously we know what trees are good for, cutting down and making barbecues. But they're also good for other stuff. I'm not sure, I can't remember what it was. So it's about oxygen and carbon dioxide. You may have heard it somewhere mentioned in the news, I don't know. But yeah, we need trees. They're like the other side of our lungs, if you like. We breathe the oxygen in, they breathe the carbon dioxide in, giving us... Come out onto a quiet country road to do a video. Cars! Yeah, there's another thing. Try and not use your car if you can help it. How many people go to the gym in the car? Hands up, go on, you know you're doing it. Just have to look at the gym car parks when the gyms are open, that is. So, you can't use your gym. What you can do, make excuses. In England, you're still allowed to go out and do some exercise, whatever that is. Walking is exercise, apparently. I don't think so. I think walking's just walking. But anyway, it's got its benefits. It lubricates your body. You've got to move. Lubricates your hips, your big joints, you know. A lot of tension, a lot of trauma's kept in your hips. If you know anything about yoga, yoga means union with the cosmos. Yoke to yoke. Then you know that where you're feeling pain in your body, and this is why you scan your body, where you're feeling pain in your body is usually related to a trauma, physical or mental. So it could be someone's punched you in the arm, right? And your arm hurts. Or when you was a kid, someone did something to you and you held it in and you never told anyone, you kept it inside you. That trauma is a form of like a tension somewhere, like tense, somewhere in your body, and often your hips. So if you can work on doing your horse stances, this bad boy, so pleased I'm out in the countryside. Yeah, can't quite get a very good angle, looks like I'm having a shit, but you get what I mean. Do your horse stance, Google that one, karate, all the martial arts are using it. Why? Because it opens your hips. What does that do? It allows your chi to flow better. What does that mean? You can knock people over easier. In short, if you're a Qigong master, Qi means energy, Gong means practice, Kung Fu, similar, good practice. It's all about practice really. If you're not going to practice anything, it won't work. Or you might get lucky, but I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the majority of the time. If you don't practice something, you ain't going to get better at it. So let's say I say to people, oh, do some breath work, right? Here's some breathing. You got anxiety? Right, here we go. Let's do this. Or this one. Bastrika, whatever. In fact, I should do a video about breath work because people are asking me about it. And I've been using it since I was a little kid. Karate training, where you have to have your breath right, else you are worn out after a few minutes of sparring. Running, I do a little running. Swimming's one of the best ones. Because let's be honest, if you ain't got your breath right, you ain't going to get very far. No matter how healthy you are. That's true. If your breath ain't right, you ain't swimming far. It's one of the things I've struggled with the most, is getting the breath right. Took a lot of time to practice that. Never had a proper teacher, but I use YouTube, like most people these days. It's like the encyclopedia of everything. Of course, with a pinch of salt. But yeah, practice, practice, practice. Get out in the countryside. Do some meditative walking. Thich Nhat Hanh. Check him out. This is basically walking meditatively. I put one foot in front of the other. You might have seen him on the internet. He's a bold chap, monk. He was friends with Martin Luther King and the sort back in the day. The Lincolnshire Wolds. Area of outstanding natural beauty. You can see why. I haven't even got to the top yet. When we get to the top, I'll do a panorama. Not at the top yet, but check that, man. Probably can't see it very well on my camera, on my phone computer thing in my pocket, but trust me, it's beautiful out there. No, don't trust me, because it's not beautiful at all. It's much nicer in your warm living room, sat down, that sedentary, warm, cosy comfort lifestyle. That's better than this, isn't it? Of course it is. We've been sold that, haven't we? Sold it. There's profit in that. Of course it is. Look at everything you're doing in your living room, everything you bought, all the things plugged in. Profit in that. To my sister the other day. You go to work, so you know this, it's the same old thing. You go to work, you earn pittance. You might be lucky enough to be earning a lot of money. You think you're lucky, you're getting other stuff. More money, more problems. You heard that one, right? So you go to work, you give your life up. You go, yeah, it's all right. I've got loads of life. You're alive for ages. I won't die. And then you sell it all to the boss. And guess what happens? You retire and die. It's got someone's name on it. These hedges. That edge, that belongs to somebody now. Doesn't belong to all of us, of course not. Because planet Earth is for all humans. Apparently, some humans think that they deserve it more than others, which is a total con, let's be honest. I think these people should be ashamed of themselves. I mean, I'm only jealous, of course. I mean, I'd love to own acres and acres of land, but it's what you do with it, isn't it? I mean, you can't even go... You can go on the footpath. If you stray off the footpath, oh, look out the farmers. Woo! They're not so bad these days. They used to chase you with salt pellet shotguns. Is that a myth? No, it's not. So yeah, everything's got someone's name on it. It's ridiculous. What happened to the planet being for every human, not just the greedy ones who love material stuff and power? Those pathetic, insecure people that haven't realised what they really are. And they think, oh, I'll just go buy some stuff because I don't realise what I've got already. Foolish people. One day they wake up, some days, maybe, before they die, on their deathbed, maybe, If not, guess what? You're coming back again. Don't believe in reincarnation? Well, you will. There's a Sadhguru chap, go on the internet. There are evidence of people that he knew in his past incarnations. They knew him. Make of it what you want. This guy's got like 5 million followers on YouTube. He's got one of the biggest ashrams in India. Not that that's always a good thing, size, but... And yeah, he's consulted by governments all over the world. This is what I came up here for. This is a nice view. Right, you can actually see the North Sea just. You see it better when there's ships on it, docking in Grimsby, because this is like the Humber estuary. So that's why it's always a nice muddy sandy colour in the water. It's clean as free from man-made toxins go. Pretty clean, but as clean as the sea can be. But you know, it's beautiful. So then you've got Louth, St James's Church, Cleethorpes, Skeggy, Maybo sort of that way slightly, and Grimsby that way. Look at this for a view. Could be sat in the house now, thinking about doing some exercise, thinking about doing a 6-mile walk, whatever it is. I could be doing it. So I am. You better believe that voice in your head telling you can't do stuff. Believe it all day long, because it's bullshit. Believe it until you realise it's bullshit. Just keep listening to it, because trust me, one day you'll go, uh-oh. No, that voice was bollocks. I shouldn't listen to that voice. As Wim Hof says, allow the body to do what the body is capable of doing. The mind's that powerful, it'll stop you doing all sorts of stuff. Just don't let it. And people say to me, oh, how do you do that then? Well, it's not hard, is it? It's a technique. Like everything that I employ is a technique practiced. Study, apply, practice, and that's it. So how do you do it then? So let's say you've got racing thoughts in your head. That's a common one. Round and round racing thoughts. How do you deal with that? Right, it's just a thought. Don't give it too much kudos. Don't go, oh, it's a thought, oh, I'm so weak, I can't do anything about it. Well, you can change your thoughts. So, if you're thinking about all the nonsense that people think about, and then change it completely to something different, and if you don't know what that thing different is, then practice it. Make remember a memory, make a visualization, feel being there. If it's, say, the beach, that's one of the easiest ones for me. I'm back at the beach. Oh man, I remember when I was at the beach that day. Oh, I want it beautiful and warm, and oh, just beautiful. And start putting that beautiful stuff in your head and get rid of the toxic stuff, because you can, and it's a choice. And then, you know, you do it once, you think, oh, that worked. If you properly apply the technique, it works. It does work. It's not whether it works or not, it's whether you apply it and practice it. That's all. Application, practication. Making up bullshit words. But anyway, that's it. Don't believe your own hype. Don't believe the bollocks going on in your head. You can believe what you want, but just don't fall for it, man. It's in a game. It's an illusion. Your mind's playing with you. And if you can't see that, then, and this is why people are awake or not. The ones that can't see it, they ain't awake. The ones that can see it, they're awake. And I can tell you, the woke people of the world don't see it. They're not woke. They're not awake. That's not the wake I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that have really deeply experienced this stuff at a level which is far beyond your eyes that see the world and your mind that perceives it. It's something much deeper than that. That's what your meditation's going to allow you to do. Meditation is not a thing you have to practice in the sense that you have to learn it and then practice it. It's something that you already do anyway. And it's picking it out of your existence and recognizing that you already meditate, and when you meditate, and how you can produce that meditative effect very quickly, which you can. I'll show you one very simple technique that the Hare Krishnas use. Right, here we go. So you take a breath in, hold it for 4 seconds, and then as you breathe it out, at the end of the out breath, there's a place where nothing's happening. Find it, recognize it, and then if you can hold that for a second, brilliant. I challenge you to hold it for a second, and that's the practice. And then the longer you practice that, the longer time you can get back to that place of your nature, your meditative state anyway. And that's all you have to do. And practice, practice, practice. Because if it doesn't work, well, you might need a teacher. Because some people just do. If you use YouTube, if you've tried it, you've tried it already. I've tried that already, it didn't work for me. Or maybe it didn't work for you because you weren't doing it properly. Because, let's be honest, if you get onto a piano and try to play Mozart, yeah, you ain't going to happen unless you practice right. And then you can't blame the piano, but you can't play Mozart. Do you do that? And then what about the technique that you've been taught? If you haven't practiced that technique, do you then blame the technique and the piano for the fact that you can't do it? So no, you don't. You don't blame your body for the fact you can't do it. You don't blame yourself for the fact that you can't apply the technique properly. You just apply the technique properly. And if you can't observe yourself in a way that allows you to recognise these moments, then get someone that can. Some external person that can go, right, okay, you're not doing it. Stop doing stuff. Just be. The more you try, the more you're missing the point. You don't have to try to do anything. You try to do nothing is the same as try to do something. So don't do anything. But when you recognise that moment, so we go. I know this seems like I'm speeding the video up by hand because I'm so super fast. Used to train these as a kid. 10 sets. That'll do. Just to the top. Oh. Here we are. Look for opportunities. Of course, get a bit of exercise. This used to be a killer hill on the cross countries when I used to do them from Cordo in all conditions. Thanks, Mr. Snape. Here we go. HIT has been proven to work. Watch Dr. Mosley on the BBC. He did an experiment, got these people doing HIT 5 minutes a day, and the people doing moderate exercise for an hour a day, and they found the HIT people had the same, if not better, results. So it's not how long, it's the intensity. So we go. I know this seems like I'm speeding the video up by hand because I'm so super fast. Used to train these as a kid. 10 sets. That'll do. Just the top. Oh. Here we are.